Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a video about pre-time skip Luffy, but in the form of a different topic of the video. So this topic of the video was originally going to be how strong was pre-time skip Luffy, but I rather do it in this form of topic to give you a better understanding of just how broken, not even how broken, just how really just truly strong pre-time skip Luffy was. So yes, this is another Luffy versus Naruto debate, but you can just pay attention to the video because it's mostly focuses around pre-time skip Luffy and how strong he is. So yes, let's just go over it, right? So how strong was pre-time skip Luffy at the time, and where does he hold up against Naruto? All right, so what I have found out about pre-time skip Luffy is that he is a lot stronger than people realize, and the reason why is because the fact that regarding of the canon, well, in terms of canon material, I have found out that One Piece film Strong World is fully canon, and the reason why it's fully canon is because of the fact that it has been stated by Oda himself that the events of the movie, as the actual events that take place in the story in an SBS, and stating that the events of the movie are true to the manga in his art book for the movie. And Oda has placed the main antagonist relationship with Luffy in his data book with the One Piece Blue Deep character worlds, which specifically only captures canon information, stating that they are enemies, and when they're in this relationship has only been built within the movie, and it fits perfectly in the timeline from the beginning of, well, not in the beginning, from the middle of the Thriller Bark arc and Saiboi arc. So yeah, now the issue of Brooks' contradicting statement has been accepted as a retcon to the story. So yeah, it's just like, yeah. Now, why did this matter, right? Why does this matter? Okay, so since Luffy's relationship with the main antagonist is considered canon, let me go over who this person is. The main antagonist within this, well, movie is Shiki the Golden Lion. So he was pretty much an admiral of the Golden Lion Pirates and the first prisoner to ever escape from Impel Down, right? So he is known as the Flying Pirate Shiki, and basically he is the rival of Goldie Roger and even about Whitebeard himself. So why does this matter? Why does this matter? Okay, where are you going with this, Omega? The fact that he would have defeated Goldie Roger and his crew in the Ed War if it wasn't for a storm. And Chapter 0 states that Shiki once stood as equal with Roger. That would give us the premise of how strong Shiki was at the time and what he is now. Now, when he was fighting against Roger, he also was fighting against Sengoku and Monkey D. Garp at their prime, and was able to half destroy Marine Force single-handedly, right? Single-handedly. And Garp stated that he was a dangerous foe and he is stronger than his later self, right, stronger. Now that will give us the premise of how strong Shiki is, right? Shiki is a multi-continental character, and if he is throwing hands with a Prime Roger and Prime Whitebeard, he can even be scaled to being like large planetary in terms of attack potency, or like star level, right? You can be like star level because due to the calculations of the One Piece planet, being around star level. Now, if you want to see that video, then you go check out like on my how strong is Luffy video or my multiversal Luffy video, and you can see how strong, well, how big is the One Piece planet. So go check that out. Now, back to the main topic of this video. Why does this matter to Luffy? Is because within the movie, Luffy was able to throw hands with Shiki and in fact defeat him, right? Now, Luffy would get to this level, and it's the fact that Shiki was able to move Maryville and rapidly expand water from the side of the island, which was calculated to be a multi-continental feat because he's able to lift this island and the water around it and cause all of this and that, right? Luffy within Gear Second was able to keep up and fight against this Shiki, right? Now some people will say, oh, Omega, he obviously gotten weaker because he's older, right? Well, that's completely wrong. Now that's the reason why some people just get things wrong about One Piece characters being old. All because they are older doesn't mean they are weaker. Like for instance, Goldie Roger. Well, I mean, he wasn't old. He never got the chance to be old, right? But like Rightbeard. Right, Rightbeard, that's my example. Rightbeard, he is old, but he's still considered the strongest man in the world. Why is that? It's because it doesn't matter about like how old they are. They still have the power to withhold that title, right? And the reason why Whitebeard was weaker, quote unquote weaker, was because Marco stated that his sickness was deteriorating his strength. So that doesn't have nothing to do with being old. Nothing to do with it, because Roger had that same illness and he was dying. So like it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter what you think. Oh, he's older, therefore he's weaker. No, it does not mean that he's weaker. Far from it. It's same example for Monkey D. Garp. The man is old, but in his prime he was like impressive. All because he is older does not mean he is weaker. He is never stated to be weaker at all. He is still on the admiral levels of strength, and that is impressive. That is definitely impressive. He still would have been an admiral to this day if he wanted to, right? If he wanted to. And the fact that he could still harm Marco, which Marco is a very powerful character, and the fact that he could fight against like multi-continental characters, yeah, it's just like, no, come on now. Though the fact that Garp is still strong says a lot. He it even says like he's stronger than he was in his old age. Stronger than he was in his old age. That doesn't even, no, he is still the strongest, right? He is still one of the strongest characters in the series. And he even states that he's stronger than he was in his old age. That doesn't mean, oh, I'm older, therefore I'm weaker. No. It doesn't mean that. Kaido, what about him, huh? He's old. He's considered old. In his prime, what are you saying? Like Kaido's not as strong as his prime? Bullshit. He is still the strongest creature in the world. So for people that even says that, oh, yeah, Shiki's old, so he's weaker than, no, he isn't. Okay, he is not. Who's to say that like the devil fruit themselves gets weaker? No, they don't. Okay, they do not. So for instance, so that would actually add up towards the story. It does not contradict the story by any means necessary. It just means the top tier characters are stronger than you think. And even was stated in Marineford that Sengoku said, he mentions, right, the flying pirate. He mentions the flying pirate escaping from the the prison, right? He escaped from prison, and even Oda says he's still roaming around in the world. He is still roaming around. So that doesn't contradict the story by any means. No, it doesn't. That means Luffy, pre-time skip, right? Pre-time skip was able to throw hands with a character that can go toe to toe with Whitebeard Garp, right? And Goldie Roger, and almost defeats him. That means Luffy is definitely stronger than you think. Now, that will mean like we can scale Luffy here to be at least around Multicontinental, right? To like a large planetary. If you really want to put it that way, that he should like a large planetary attack potency. This is not destructive capacity, okay? Don't get those two things mixed up. I'm not saying that Luffy can destroy the planet with one go. No, he can harm people on that level, okay? Harm them on that level. Like he can harm fucking Garp, dude. Like, come on. He can harm Garp. That kind of adds up. He can harm Garp. Yeah. Oh, Garp, he let his guard down. The fact that Luffy can still harm him says a lot. Okay, yes, it says a lot. Because I'm pretty sure that Luffy wouldn't even do anything to Garp. Come on now. He managed to cough up blood and sent him flying. Come on. Yeah, Luffy has definitely the attack potency if he had, if he wanted to. So yeah. Anyway, that would be it for Luffy. So to wrap this up is that Luffy would be low ball to be multi-continental, mid ball to being around planetary ranges, and high ball to being like star level if you really want to go there. Okay, if you really want to go there. Okay. Now we're not done because there's one more thing y'all should know about Pretextskip Luffy. Now, this takes place between the time skip in the chapters, right? Now you know I'm going with this, right? 3D2Y. Yes, 3D2Y special, which is canon because Oda he pretty much allowed Luffy to have more character to his character, and it does not contradict the story. If the developers got approval from Oda himself to add more to Luffy's character, it's canon. And the reason why is because if you look at the definition of canon, it literally means like as long as it doesn't like contradict the story or contradict the canon itself. And this in this instance does not contradict it at all. Oda literally says yes, add more to Luffy's character. So yeah. So now that 3D2Y is canon, right? So what does this mean? Okay, so let me tell you about a character, right? A character named Birdie World. Birdie World is a character who possesses the More no Mi, or the More fruit. The More fruit was stated to be a devil fruit that can literally amp his speed and power to 10,000 times. Now, you're gonna see it up here. I'm actually just gonna put it up for you so you can see and read for yourselves. But this is stated in the data books of what the More fruit can do. In one translation, it states that the mass is proportional of the to energy or destructive force. Destructive force is proportional to the square of velocity. If the speed is 100 times, the destructive power will be 10,000 times. Roughly calculated, Birdie World's More fruit is the ability to increase the destructive power by 100 to 5 billion times. As it says multiple times, 5 billion times. And another translation says fifth power of 5 billion or 10 billion. Actually 10 billion. That's even more impressive. So if he can multiply his destructive power by 100 to the fifth power of 10 billion, that means that world with the More fruit 100-fold speed, it was able to increase his speed and power, destructive power, to the lowest ball 10,000 times. The mid ball is 5 billion times, and high ball is literally 10 billion times. This means that you can give like Luffy to being around, I don't know, shit. You could get him to around like shit at like fucking galaxy level. if you really want to. This is what Gear Second Luffy was able to contend with a more and more tenfold speed, and he was able to completely overpower him at the same time. Overpower him. Now, yeah, I'm pretty much exaggerating here. It would not get him to, it wouldn't give him to fucking levels of galaxy level. And more likely, it will give him to around like solar system, or yeah, it was like around borderline solar system if you really want to. Yeah, around borderline solar system level. So yeah, so this would means Luffy, before he even completely trained, right, finish his training, is around solar system level of attack fluency with Gear Second. What the shit? Okay. Yep, what the shit. Now, that will conclude pre-time skips Luffy's scaling, right? That will conclude his scaling. Now, what else is next, right? What else is next? Well, let's go over Naruto. And where does Luffy even scale to him, right? Let's see where he scales to. Well, for Naruto, we can get him around the fact that he was able to, well, Kid Naruto is around like what small town level, because he was able to defeat a partially transformed Gaara, and the fact that he is able to, well, for Choji's feat could easily be argued to be this impressive, like country level, right? He can get him around country level. Now, basically for Luffy, not Luffy, fuck. Naruto, right? Naruto, you can get, well, to the fact that Kid Naruto was able to fight with the One-Tail Cloak and to fight equally with Curse Mark version 2 Sasuke, while Curse Mark version 1 Sasuke was equal power to Naruto previously. So the Curse Mark 2 is a 10 times increase in power. So that would give him to around high country levels, because he is above the well, you can get what's his name, Gambutina, or the giant toad. It's big as a mountain, right? So that means he's around like high country level if you want to get him there. Now, he's definitely higher with a two-tail cloak, but we just don't know exactly where. Now, let's get to his more impressive feats. With the he's multi-continental with the 8-tail cloak and the 9-tail cloak, because the 8-tail cloak Naruto overpowers the Chibaku Tensei, right? Pain's strongest technique, and since it was capable of being a Jinchuriki, who is contributed to this blast with their Bijudama. And it's said by Mamoru Chia to be capable of destroying all things in the world if you really want to use that. The Bijudama will also perform this feat as well, getting around to Multicontinental. Now, that's impressive. That's impressive for Naruto. This is like we're using Naruto, right? And before his Sage of Six Pass, right? I wanted to clarify that before Sage of Six Pass, and let's see how strong he is before then. So you can get him to planetary levels with Kurama's chakra mode, right? And Kurama's chakra mode was like a link mode to Naruto, to capable of a stalemate mating all of the remaining 6 Jinchurikis with the single Bijudama. And Naruto is stated by Kurama to have surpassed Kushina entirely, who was born with strong enough chakra to suppress a full Kurama, and whose change techniques were far greater than Karin. Now, that's Karin's change? Whose change was have the power to bind the worlds together? Whatever you want. If you want to use that shit, that's just, I don't know, bro. That sounds like hyperbolic, but you can just use that if you want to be planetary. Kurama is said to have earth-shattering destructive power, and is capable of destroying and turning the world to ash, blah blah blah. Yeah, those type of shit, right? Those type of statements. Yeah, you could get them around planetary, blah blah blah. Now, with that out of the way, I think we can say that Naruto, before the Sage of Six Paths, Naruto is planetary. Planetary levels. Wow. Planetary levels. That means this Naruto, before the Sage of Six Paths, it's not even going to be close to the level of power of Luffy. It's not. It really isn't, bro. It's not. And the fact that one of the data books even said that when it said increase Luffy's power and speed tenfold with Gear Second, it's even higher when he actually faces off against World. So not only that, it increases his powers to 1,000,000,000 times or 1,000 times. How the fuck is Naruto gonna deal with that? I'm sorry, but like, how is he gonna deal with that? He doesn't. The only thing Naruto has right now is the size of Kurama. The Kurama's size being, kind of inconsistent most of the time, but like, yeah, the size of Kurama. That's the only way. And even then, I still don't think he's going to have enough power to even harm fucking Luffy. I don't think he does. I think Luffy's going to take every attack that he's going to throw at him. And yes, I do mean the Bijudama as well. I'm sorry. It's just like, no. Just no. So, okay. So, what about Sage of Six Paths? Omega, even though this is bullshit. What about the Sage of Six Paths? Okay, let's get the benefit of doubt. The Sage of Six Paths will give him around star level, because he was able to fight Jubi Madara, who can perform a feat, like of this, right? He can perform this kind of feat. But if you really want to use it, that, he was able to just spread, like, well, he's able to put the earth in Genjutsu and tie them all into the God tree. So if you really want to use that, I really don't want to use that as like tab potency, but like if you really want to use that shit, that will get him around star level, even though it sounds retarded. I'm sorry, it sounds pretty stupid to use. Like, oh, he put everybody Genjutsu that's for his attack potency. No, it does not, bro. Stop. That's like a hacks thing. Please stop. Anyway, since he does have the half of Hakuromo's power, who can perform like a feat of this, able to send the moon or whatever he did. So yeah, this is like before he has been hollowed. So yeah, that being Kakarot around planetary. Still planetary, bro. I don't know how people got it, like, nah, it's like star level now. But if you really want to use that, then yeah, perform that feat for Madara, then you get around like star level, because he's above this stuff. I guess he was able to fight against them, and I don't know. And I would not be using the Universal Plus stuff. It's stupid. Okay, they're not Universal Plus. Even Boruto debunked this in a recent chapter. Yeah, there's only one character that's Universal Plus, and they're not Universal Plus. You could get them around like Solar System if you really want to use that. Then you can get around like Solar System levels, because they would create like dimensions with stars in them and whatever. And I would not be using the novels, since they have been confirmed to be non-canon by the creator himself of the novels. They're not canon. Okay. So yeah. No. So Naruto doesn't even have a chance against Pre-Tensei Luffy. That's the thing. He doesn't even have a chance. I'm sorry, but like, your precious Naruto cannot stand up against my precious Luffy. Even no matter how you do it. Oh, what about the speed? Oh yeah, you could get on like FTL plus. But any Mastery Fashion and Light stuff, it goes to the novels, which are non-canon, so that will not be used. So at best, you can get them like FTL plus. And that's it. FTL plus, bro. That's it. He's FTL plus. FTL plus. Oh boy, yeah. Not gonna see a lot of hate in the comments, but that's the truth, bro. That's the truth. Anyway, that's gonna be the video. This is why the fight is not close. Not even close. Okay, not even close. Pre-top skill Luffy is all that is enough against this character. All that is enough. So he, not only that Luffy speedless is, but he completely outclasses him in Twitch of Strength. Now, in terms of hacks, Luffy does have hockey, but it's not as good as when he does start at the time skip. So yeah. So I would say that even for Naruto, he has it in hacks because he can do a lot more things, but he's not fast enough to do anything for him. So yep, Luffy just straight bodies him, and that's the conclusion of this video. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Let me know what you think in the down description. Well, down in the comments below. In the description will be my Discord, so you can tell me how you feel about the video and this and that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a nice day.